Hey folks, well, I'm going to try and talk to you in this video about a few more things that I've come across that are strange about this whole David Bowie supposed death and what's going on with it, with the whole thing. So I'm already now thinking, David Bowie, not too sure about him. And then on Thursday before he died, I happened to buy the paper, which I hadn't bought for some time, but I read this article in the paper. And this is about David Bowie in 1969, how he moved in with this woman who was supposed, she offered him a spare room, but within about 2 days it had progressed to, like, you know, a proper relationship, or so she thought. You can read the whole article here. That's the woman lodger, and that's him in bed at her flat. Now, this all started, it says, one April afternoon in 1969. And this story basically says how he moved in with her, and but he was serially two-timing her with men and women, and it broke her heart when she found out, and she felt used, basically. And that made me think, when I read that article, well, that's not very nice then. David Bowie isn't such a top guy, is he? And then there's a bit in here where it talks about Angie, who he then married in 1970, and she also says here further down, where is it? Blah 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 blah. Sorry, there's a lot of pictures in here. You can read all this yourself if you want to, but yeah, this is what Angie says. This is Angie. She went round to see Bowie at this Mary's flat when Mary was out one day, and then it all started with him and Angie. And it says here, 1969 was a very fine year. David and I became close in the spring after our weekend at Mary Finnegan's. Well, she only moved in, so Mary said it started in April 1969, and yet here's Angie saying that they were all close in 1969. However, as we know, Bowie died aged 69, and so did that other chap out of Harry Potter, and we've had it drummed into our brains, you know, that they were both 69, so there's that number again. Now that made me think, okay, what's going on with 1969 and David Bowie and Harry Potter? And I did a bit of Googling, and I found this. This is a very strange thing. This is, I don't know where it's from, I don't know if it's out of the Harry Potter books because I've never read them or seen the film. This is a formal apology from Bellatrix, which is actually a star in Orion, to Narcissa in the book, in Harry Potter books. I think it's her sister. And this is, I don't know why this is on the internet, but look at the date, 29th of the 3rd, 1969. Now, if you do a bit of more searching about who this Bellatrix is in the story, she wasn't supposed to be born until 1979. I'm sure she wasn't born then. So in 1969, why is this apology made? Why is it online? I don't know. But it says here, she's all about, it has come to my attention that my action of replacing all your makeup with ones of dark colours, this is what she's apologizing for. I want you to change your colour style, forcing you to change. It's just weird. I don't know why that's on there, and it's that date again, 1969. Now, as we know, the moon landings, or the first one, was supposed to have happened in 1969. So that's just something strange as well. And then another thing that's come out, I mean, I don't spend all my time scouring all the papers. I can assure you I've not been like listening to David Bowie on the radio or watching the television at all. But I went round to my sister's yesterday, and she got the Sunday paper, and had a quick flick through, and I came across this article, which I've actually scanned in. I scanned in the other one actually as well, about Mary, but let's see if I can find it here scanned in. Yeah, it's this one. Right, now, this article is by David Jones, who strangely was the name of David Bowie before he changed his name. That's the name he was born, David Robert Jones. And this is a story about this woman who sorry, who he apparently was with when he was just, well, in 1969. This is what it says, he broke his heart in 1969. And her name is Hermione, or Hermione, however you pronounce it. And she was a redhead. Now in the Harry Potter stories, there's also a Hermione who's a redhead. But however, let's just look at this. This is a story which sounds very far-fetched to me. But anyway, it says that basically what the story is saying, and I'll leave links to it all underneath, you can read it for yourself. It's basically saying that, this woman broke his heart, and but she left him because of his serial philandering. And then they had some clandestine touching talks, and the story is, this is the woman that he's never forgotten, isn't he a lovely person, and da-di-da-di-da. She lives in Bristol, and funnily enough, the landlady woman who I've just told you about that he moved in with in 1969, she also now lives in Bristol. Well, that's another coincidence. But if you look here on this is the actual paper. It says here, many assume he was writing about his first love, Hermione Farthingale, beautiful dancer and actress who stole, then broke his heart in 1969. But in the paper, because I thought to myself, well, this doesn't make sense. You couldn't have had all of these women going on all in 1969. But in this online story, there's a little bit more in it. It said that he actually met her in 1968. It doesn't say that in the paper. There you go, she lives in Bristol. So it seems like to me they wanted to sort of tell us all about 1969 more than anything. When you also look at what it says about Harry Potter here and Hermione, there you go, there's Hermione, she's a redhead. It says Harry Potter should have married Hermione, admits J.K. Rowling, who's the author of Harry Potter. So in other words, Harry should have been with Hermione and David should have been with Hermione. It's just all a bit of a coincidence, if you ask me. The other thing that I'll just tell you about, one last thing, is this, which is odd. We've had, well, I found this today, only by chance when I was trying to look for these things to show you about, to do this video, that apparently there's been a constellation now named in honour of David Bowie, a new constellation named David Bowie. The constellation, located near Mars, consists of 7 stars that recorded the same day of his death. And it makes this thing here. And this was what he wore on the cover of his album A Lad Insane, which some people say means a lad, i.e. a chap, insane. That's another story. It tells you all about it here. I'll leave a link to it, obviously, if you want to read it. It says further down, I read it earlier somewhere, that they actually recorded something on the actual moment he died. It says here as well, recorded in this is his album, The Dark Star, recorded in the 18 months since Bowie was diagnosed with cancer. The Haunting record was released on January the 8th. That's a 1/8 and a 1/8, that's 9, which was the artist's 69th birthday. And we've got here, Stardust for Bowie is a website developed by Google Sky to pay homage to the late musician. Fans of Bowie can create a personal tribute in the constellation by adding their favourite song or a little note inside of the lines of the lightning bolt. The more tributes left by fans, the brighter the constellation becomes on the Google Sky galaxy. This is the bit, sorry. The constellation is a copy of the iconic Bowie lightning and was recorded at the exact time of his death. Referring to his various albums, we chose 7 stars. Sigma, that, Speaker, that's a very bright star, isn't it? And all these other ones in the vicinity of Mars. I just think it's very strange. And as you know, he's not going to have a funeral. He's mysteriously going to be sent somewhere to be got rid of. Well, by whom? Just weird. Anyway, there's just some coincidences that I thought I'd show you how, they're all just some strange coincidences, I think, here going on. Anyway, I've been thinking about this, so I just thought I'd try and do this little video so that I don't have to think about it anymore. All right then, thanks then, bye.